Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. My name is Stephen Buster. I'm here along with my wonderful, awesome, tacularific Mike Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in geekdom land.
Hey, did you guys see that new opener that we did? Mike, you did a fabulous job on that new opener. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very nice. For those who are catching our live stream, our Saturday morning live stream, Mike did a really cool new opener for us. And so with some new pictures of the whole team and everybody together. So nicely done. That was well done.
Thank you.
Did it take you a long time?
Actually, it took about 10 minutes.
Oh, no. You're supposed to. Yeah, Steven, it took me forever to do. And I had to sacrifice food and sleep to get it done.
I put in blood, sweat, tears, and hours into it.
I thought you were about to say alcohol.
Yeah, lots of tequila. Oh, hey, Sage Page Omega. Sage Page Omega just dropped into the chat. Good morning. On.
That's cool. Hey, I caught one of the live streams the other day for just a few minutes and stuff. So it's fun to watch that video game playing that you do. So welcome to the show. Glad you are here. If you ever get a chance to watch the live streams that Sage Page Omega does, they're actually pretty good. Because I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this was a game. This is cool.
Yeah, definitely check out his stream.
Yeah, and he's quite talented too, by the way. I was pretty impressed. I could not be that good at playing some of those games. So,
dude, if it's not like Atari or Nintendo, I'm so out of practice on video games. Man, yeah, I don't even know what I can play anymore. I can play Miss Pac-Man. Yep. I don't think that would work real good on a stream, though. I think people would get bored watching me play Miss Pac-Man.
Maybe. So, Sage Space says, one of these days would love to chat with both of you. Yes, we'd love to. Lord of the Rings, She-Hulk. Yep. Well, we appreciate you, Sage Page Omega.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you, Sage.
Stopping in. We really appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right. So here's the dealioso, everybody. We have got a cool show for you today. Today, we've got some announcements. We are going to go a little bit on some news and our Geekdar. And then we're going to start talking about Amazon Prime's Samaritan movie with the one, the only Sly. So, Mr. Sylvester Stallone himself. And,
yo, Adrian!
Right. We're going to have to say spoiler alert at the beginning of that one because I almost said something that would have spoiled the movie. So I was like, whoops. We'll just stick with yo, Adrian. All right. Well, with that being said, Mike, what's you want to here's what we should do. Let me do this. I'm sorry. Let's talk about our Ko-fi page.
Sounds good. We have an announcement.
Right on. You want to start this off?
So, for those of you who may not know, we do have a Ko-fi page for supporters. Of course, you should know if you listen to the podcast because we discuss it every episode at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but sometimes at the end of the episode.
Right. So if you're tuning out at the end of the episode, then you're not catching it. But anyway, Ko-fi is kind of like Patreon. It's it's a way to support content creators such as ourselves. We just like Ko-fi a little bit better than we do Patreon, so we chose Ko-fi over it.
Yeah, let me make a comment on that.
Sure.
The thing of Ko-fi, charges you a yearly fee, like a yearly subscription, for lack of a better term, to have access to kind of like a Facebook page kind of situation. But they don't take out anything else. So what you give us is what we get.
Right.
So, which is really nice.
Where Patreon takes a portion from each donation. So when you donate to a content creator on Patreon, whatever you donate. So let's say you donate $3, Patreon gets, I don't know, $1 of that, like, or something like that.
10% plus. They charge you the credit card fees on top of what you've already got hit. So, I mean, you will get charged, your merchant provider may charge you the, that little bit of a fee, but we don't charge that on top of you.
Good morning, Brian. So we chose Ko-fi over. We felt it was better for us anyway.
Yes.
Not putting down Patreon or anyone who uses Patreon, but so we are going to do, are we calling this a membership drive, Stephen? What are we calling this?
Yeah, we're doing this a membership drive. So we've got 3 tiers on our membership. We have a $1 level, a $2 level, and a $3 level. And so what we're wanting to do is get 50 subscribers.
At the $3 level.
At the $3 level. And so if you're at the $1 level or the $2 level and you decide, hey, I'll to the $3 level, we're counting that. But there's a fun initiative on job. So, well, we need to tell them what it's for, though. Why we're doing this, though, too.
Right. So the money that we are trying to raise is going to pay for our subscription for Restream, which is what we use to go on YouTube, Facebook, our webpage, Twitch, so on and so forth.
All at the same time.
Right, all at the same time. So yeah, this is to pay for our renewal
subscription.
Yeah,
it renews our subscription. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
So that's why we are doing this. And so if we can get 50 subscribers by October, what did
23rd
we say?
Is what you said.
23rd. Is that Saturday? Make sure that's Saturday. I want to have the date right because I'm bad with the dates. I am so bad with the dates.
October 22nd is the Saturday.
Okay. So if we can have 50 subscribers at the $3 level by Saturday, October 22nd, I will dye the goatee portion of my beard orange for Halloween. And then, so on the October 29th live stream, you will see me with a orange goatee portion of my beard.
Love it.
I have never done anything like this, by the way.
Right. First, he thought he was going to... What color were you originally going to do it?
Well, originally I was going to do it green because Megan said she's going to dye her hair green for Halloween and such. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, all right, well, I'll do mine green, my beard green then for the Restream thing. And then my wife lovingly pointed out to me, you realize you got a green screen background and part of your face won't show up if you do that. I was like, oh, you're right. I probably part of my face probably would disappear.
That's what it would probably look like.
That's probably what it would look like. I'd be partially invisible.
That's awesome. That's funny. So very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I was excited. So here's the other part of that. So we posted on our Facebook page. So if you want to share that with some friends, family, or anything, you can just share it right off of that. And then, but the other part of that is tell Stephen, give Stephen a suggestion of what he should do if we get 50. We thought if we open it up to you guys, if Stephen, I'm getting a little scared, but what should I do as part of the celebration? If Mike's going to dye his goatee orange, what should Stephen do? So we thought that'd be kind of fun to get some bounce back. Okay. What did Brian say, Mike?
He said you better find yourself a David Pumpkin suit to wear with your beard. I'll try to find some kind of pumpkin thing to wear. I'll see what I can do about that. That's awesome.
Yep.
I know I got a coworker. He wears for Halloween. He's got it may be this what Brian's referring to. It's like a blazer, it's like a suit blazer with nothing but jack-o'-lanterns all over it, and he's got the pants that match it too. So
that'd be cool.
So I don't know. I had to look in to see how much that cost. I don't know. I don't even know how much those things cost.
We may have to add that to the
yeah, right. That's awesome. Okay.
All right, so that's the whole Ko-fi. We love Ko-fi. It's been a great experience for us. There are some benefits to being a member with us. At that $3 tier, you get all the videos of our sci-fi shows. We're doing other stuff as well. And so you're going to see us really add a lot more content over the next 2 months because of getting all the extra funds and stuff. So I'm excited about it. Mike and I are still ironing out some other details for content, but we're it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. And I'm looking forward to hearing what some of the suggestions are for what they want me to do.
And also you get access to our Discord server.
Yes.
We get 50 subscribers. We could really get that Discord going, which I would like to see happen. And then we could make some, plans for Discord at that point and just do
specifically for our members. Yeah.
Just specifically for the members then. So that's something to keep in consideration. If you're a Discord fan, and Megan and Angie are kind of the brainchilds behind Discord. That's a little bit more their side of this.
They're helping us old guys.
Yeah, they're helping the old guys because the old guys didn't even know what the heck Discord was. But I would like to see that take off too. So that would help this a lot too. So cool. Yep. All right, moving
Very
along.
Nice. Okay, well, all right. Let's talk news then. Anything you have for the news, Mr. Mike?
My news cycle this week was a bust. Apparently, Disney Day happened yesterday. So Megan was telling us that they had some announcements on Disney Day, but I don't know. What all was it, Megan?
Mufasa, there's a live action... I can't talk.
This is D23, right? So
yes.
Those Disney Plus Day, but D23 were all the same day, right?
As far as I know. I'm talking about D23.
Okay, that's fine. D23, they made announcements. Go for it. Sorry.
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2 might not be bad.
I'm excited for that. Disney's next movie will be Wish. There's a Pixar sci-fi movie, Elio. I don't know how to pronounce it. We get aliens.
Okay.
If I saw a trailer for that, I might be interested in that one.
Right.
Being Pixar and aliens, that could be fun.
There's another one that
I haven't had the chance to go see everything or, take a look at all the announcements that they made.
I haven't either. And unfortunately, I don't think they got any Marvel or Star Wars announcements. That's
not that I've seen.
That's what we were really wanting was Marvel and Star Wars announcements. So I was a little disappointed with that. But, oh, well.
Well, I did watch the D23 games really here's the new Marvel games and stuff like that's coming up. And let me tell you, it was like, hey, world premiere or, kind of a thing. They did it over and over again. And all it was were teaser trailers. Told you nothing really about what the game was. Like one was a Tron game, but all it was just showing the Tron disc light up. Tron. And then the commentator comes up and he's like, whoa, was it that exciting? And I'm thinking, I saw nothing. And it was that same thing over and over and over again.
What the hell are they thinking over there?
I know. I was like, this is, it was sad. And Steven started doing the 15-second skip through the whole thing.
I love how you started to call that the Steven skip. That's awesome.
Yeah, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. Now, the one cool news that I saw in the news, or that I saw this morning, but I didn't see it on D23, is what Brian just put in the.
Yeah, now that's
Brian,
that's
awesome, one of the awesomest members of all of them are awesomest.
Oh, be careful now.
Yeah. But Brian said Ezra Bridger has been cast for the live action Ahsoka series.
Awesome. Do we know who it is, though?
Very exact. Do what?
Do we know who it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the actor is, but I saw a picture and I was like, oh, he looks like he would be a great, Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Miller.
So that means, listen, if that means for sure they've announced they've cast Ezra Bridger, then they have Thrawn live action.
Well, sure. We knew Thrawn was coming anyway. I mean,
they confirm. Did they confirm it was going to be what's his name? The actor. Who
I am like 99% sure it's the guy that voiced him in Rebels.
Oh, that was in Sherlock and he's great.
I'm he's 99% sure that's who it is, but we need an official announcement, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Okay.
Google search says Amon Esfandi.
Okay.
Amon. For Ezra.
For
Ezra Bridger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I've got mostly in the news, isn't it?
we don't have we don't have a lot in the news today. That's about it.
It's been a busy week for us.
Well, we can't help it if there's just not much going on. Yeah. So
right.
Halloween's coming up.
Halloween is coming.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Halloween ends, so that'll be good.
All right.
Okay, so Geekdar, I'll be open with you guys. I've had a full week this week. I did get a chance to watch The Thing for our sci-fi show, the Kurt Russell one. I did get a chance to watch it.
I'm having troubles finding the original.
The old one.
Yeah,
me too. Yeah, I can't seem to find it.
Here, wait a minute before you get into it, though.
Oh yes.
Well. You don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it? Now, what is it?
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
You gotta let me do the stinger, man.
I know. Sorry.
You can also almost hear him break when he's listing them out.
Yeah,
because his voice cracks.
Yeah.
Michael Winslow is so good, but yeah, he does kind of crack up in that, and it's just so funny listening to it because you can hear those moments. And I don't think I ever noticed it watching the movie though. But
he was on. They had him on America's Got Talent this season, or something like that.
They did.
He was on for a little bit. Yeah, he was on there, and you're like, man, that's Michael Winslow.
Really? Because I don't remember that. Brendan and I watched. Watch it.
I saw some clip that I'm pretty sure that was who it was and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's aged, which means I've aged. And that's sad.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Right.
Hence the beard. I mean, look. Anyway,
right.
All right. Let's move off this topic.
Yep. So Geekdar, I got nothing, only because I was trying to prep for our sci-fi episode.
Well, it sounds like the thing was your Geekdar, so that's fine.
It was, but I want to save that for our sci-fi.
Well, yeah,
episode,
I understand that. But you watched the Kurt Russell version of the thing, John Carpenter's thing. So yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Well, my Geekdar again is a comic book. Because I didn't have a lot of time to watch a lot of stuff this week, so I picked up my pull yesterday and thought, oh, I need something for Geekdar, so I quickly, this morning, read Flashpoint Beyond. Flashpoint Beyond issue number 5 of the 6-part series. which has been really, really good. It's really focusing on the Thomas Wayne version of the Batman, which is, the Batman of the original Flashpoint series. So, and I really, really like the Thomas Wayne version of this, and I like this alternate universe that's happening over there because there's so much different stuff. And I don't want to go into too much of what's different in it because I think that you and I are going to do an episode and cover Flashpoint Beyond once it's complete. But yeah, I highly recommend Flashpoint Beyond. It is a current ongoing 6 issue miniseries right now in DC Comics. So if you're a Flashpoint fan, and definitely if you're a Batman fan, check this out. I give it high praise. And
when does that normally hit DC Infinite?
It's like a couple months after the initial paper release. I don't know officially. I think some of them are available on it yet. I'm just not sure if the entire series is available on DC Infinite yet. But I'm pretty sure at least the first issue is most likely available on it. Most likely.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it, Flashpoint Beyond, but I don't see it yet. So,
and there was
checking my phone in real time. Everybody,
there was a major thing that happened in this, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to, because I think it's going to be a great discussion point for you and I when we discuss when we discuss
Sean Connery discuss.
Sean Connery. We named the dog Indiana.
Well done. That was good.
Thanks. Not as good as the Three Geeky Dads. They do Sean very well. I think Brian's the one who does Sean, and he does it very, very good. Anyway, all right. So we're moving on to our main.
The main event.
The main event. Let's get ready. Oh, don't want to do that. I'll get muted in 72 more countries.
Right? Everybody, if you didn't know.
Yeah, nobody knows this except for us.
You should explain it. It's pretty funny.
So the other day, I got a message from Facebook saying that one of our videos. Actually, I got another one. We have another one also. I don't know what the heck's going on, but apparently our video from a few weeks ago got 35 seconds of it got muted in 72 different countries or something like this.
Right.
Which I was like, wow, people listen to us in 72 countries. I'm excited. Right. I'm more excited about that than I am getting muted.
Right.
Anyway, so I was freaking out. I'm like, what did we do? Because I don't remember playing any music other than our theme music, which we basically have the rights to.
And then we do the Spaceballs clip.
Yeah, we do the Spaceballs clip.
That's a clip. That's not a whole audio.
Right. So I was like, I don't know what. So I set the what do you call it? The
VPN.
Thank you. I set the VPN for one of the countries.
To say you were in a different country?
Right, for one of the countries that it got blocked in. And then I started, because it doesn't tell you what time marker. You know, it would have been nice if they would have given me a time, but no, they don't do that. So I had to watch the full video back, and I'm watching it, and finally I get to a point where I was talking about one of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, one of his tweets, and it muted me there. I was like, why is it muting? So apparently in 72 countries, you're not supposed to talk about Dwayne Johnson's tweets.
Hopefully we're not getting muted right now.
We probably are. We probably are. Oh, well. So anyway.
So you said you got another notification recently?
Yeah, we just got another one like yesterday. So I didn't even bother to try and figure out what we got muted on in that one. I'm like, forget it. I'm not doing this for every video.
Right.
So if you are in another country and you're not hearing part of our conversation, it's Facebook, not us.
Right. Yeah, it's Facebook doing that.
We don't talk about Bruno or The Rock. I love it.
Apparently, they're afraid you'll get the smackdown. It's Angie.
Right. Oh, that's too funny. All right. So moving on
All
to
right.
other action stars, though.
Yes.
Our main event today, we are going to be talking about Amazon Prime's original movie, The Samaritan. Well, not The Samaritan, but Samaritan.
Samaritan.
Because
Yes.
The Samaritan is a different movie. I found
good
that
to know.
out yesterday.
Angie, that's funny. Apparently, you can smell what The Rock is cooking, but
But you can't talk about it. That was good, Angie. I like that one.
Okay, sorry. All right, Samaritan, not The Samaritan.
Right,
Yes, all right.
Samaritan.
I am looking forward to hearing your opinion on this movie.
Oh, I am
I'm very
too.
excited.
We have not discussed this at all previously, so
Yes.
I really don't know how you feel about this movie.
Yeah.
I'll-
What's so funny is how we always talk now. Every day you hear us say, "Save it for the
Save
podcast."
it for the podcast.
You know.
Well,
Yeah.
you and I talked for a few minutes on the phone last night, and it started to come up, and Brenda kept going, "Save it for the podcast. Save it for
I know.
the podcast."
I could hear her in the I could hear her in the background screaming, "Save it for the podcast!"
Oh yeah.
Brian says spoilers because there's a major twist at the end.
Yes, there is.
So
There is.
we will give you spoiler warning. Thank you, Brian. We'll make sure because I
Actually-
almost gave that away at the beginning.
Yeah,
So,
I can't wait to talk about that twist too. I like that. Anyway.
yeah. So, all right, heads up, everybody. We're going to do our non-spoiler overview real quick. What we liked about the film or disliked about the film, that kind of a thing, and then we'll do our spoiler alert. We'll just jump in.
Oh, so what's our scale for this one?
Masks.
Oh,
Samaritan masks.
I was gonna say the hammer.
Oh, I like that better.
What did they call the
Samaritan's main foe? Was
Nemesis?
Nemesis, and so Nemesis hammers.
Nemesis hammers.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So, this movie was a complete surprise to me. I have not heard about it. Apparently, it's been in works for a couple years, but COVID has dampened the release of it, so on and so forth. But I had seen a trailer, I don't know, a few weeks back, and I was like, "What is this?" And I saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh wow, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone in a new superhero movie." Okay,
Yes.
I am all up for this, okay? Because I like Sly. I think Sly is a cool actor. I'm a huge Rocky fan. I love all but one of the Rocky movies.
Okay.
Rocky 5 sucks. Just skip it. It is the worst Rocky movie ever. I give that 0 Rocky gloves. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big Sly fan. Believe it or not, I've never actually watched all the Rambo movies, but yeah, Rocky, I absolutely love. So yeah, I saw the previews and I'm like, okay, I am up for this. And then you mentioned it one day, and I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely got to talk about this movie. I watched it yesterday.
Okay.
That was when I finally got a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
I really like this movie. A lot of fun things about this movie.
Sure.
To me, one of the best things is it does not go off of any previous comic books. There are no Samaritan comic books, so we don't have any baggage going into this movie. Going, oh well, they didn't do this right. This character is not the way it is in the comic books. This is all original. So it was really nice and refreshing having an original character coming into a movie that you know nothing about, and you really didn't have anything to complain about, which has been an issue in a lot of the DC and Marvel, stuff that's been put out for the last decade. Well, this wasn't done right. No, they didn't do the character quite right. And yes, some of that is us. Some of that is, we complain about those things too. So that was really refreshing. I liked that. I liked the character. I liked Sly's character in this. I thought it was really good. We won't totally get into who he is because we'll get deeper into that in the main discussion.
Okay.
I liked the kid who co-starred to him. I thought he was fun. He was a fun character. Sam is his name. I enjoyed him a lot. I liked his mom. She did a great job. The villain was okay. He was a little vanilla, but
that's
I probably
he
shouldn't.
reminded me of Jai Courtney, but that wasn't Jai Courtney. But
Jai Courtney. Who's
yeah,
Jai
he
Courtney?
was in Jai Courtney's been in a whole bunch of different things and stuff.
Okay. I probably shouldn't use vanilla because I actually prefer vanilla ice cream, but yeah, he was okay. He wasn't great. He wasn't bad. So, with that all said, though, I will actually give this 9 out of 10 Nemesis hammers. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a fun ride, and it was a fun superhero movie for an original superhero that we've never heard of before. It was great. Now, does that mean that there are no problems with this movie? Yeah, there are some problems with it, but for the most part, really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was great, fun ride. If you like superhero movies and you like Sly Stallone, watch this movie. It is really good.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, my turn.
Your turn.
My turn. All right. Rubbing my hands together. Here we go. Oh, I thought this movie was terrible. I'm just kidding, everybody. I actually love this movie. I too will give it 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Because 9 out of 10 Nemesis hammers, because here's why. Number one, well, first of all, Sylvester Stallone did a great job portraying an aged superhero.
Yes, agreed.
And that was a great story element. I'm not going to talk about. I'll talk about story elements here in a minute. But he did a great job conveying the emotion, the frustration, his acting chops in this movie were actually good. So, what are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at you. His acting chops are actually good,
right? I was like, well,
No. That's fair. You're being honest. I get it. That's fine. Yeah. No, I like Sly Stallone, but yeah, he's been accused of not being the best actor. But I agree with you. This is probably one of his finest performances. It really is.
Well, I never thought him to be a terrible actor. He was your 80s action hero,
right?
Kind of a thing. And even this film had some of those 80s action one-liners.
Oh, yes, it sure did.
And I thought that was a great throwback. I was like, okay, those weren't too bad, but they were good. I was like, okay, that was fun. It made some fun stuff in there. We'll get into that later because I don't want to spoil anything just yet. Now, I will say the kid did an excellent job acting. I loved the dynamic between the two of them. I really kind of felt like that garnered a good connection between the two of them, which was fun. I agree with you about the villain. The villain was so-so. I understood the villain's motivations and stuff, but it was just anytime you got to the villain and the henchman, I think the movie dropped a little. I know you've got to have bad guys and stuff like that, but some of them overacted, some of them underacted, kind of a thing. And I was like, all right. But thankfully that wasn't a bulk of the film. The bulk of the film was the dynamics between Sylvester Stallone's character and the kid.
And the kid, Sam. Yes. I agree. And I like that dynamic. That was a good dynamic.
Right. Because you really didn't get super action sequence until like the last 20 minutes of the film. and there was a lot of drama, a lot of interaction, and the angst of the characters was coming through for both of them, which was good. It kept me engaged, so I love that. Story element wise, I thought the story was great. An age superhero who obviously had some kind of, you're walking through this, some kind of beef or some kind of oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. This is what happens. The penguin fell off the iceberg for Steven. Oh, okay. That's fine. You were paused there for a second. I was like, oh, is he still there? So, all right. So I'll continue on to get it figured out. So here's the dealioso, everybody. I enjoyed this movie. I thought the story element was good. I thought the angst that Sylvester Stallone played as kind of a hardened, burned out character or superhero kind of a thing was really good. I think they played that off really well. They gave you a sense of, this hero's been through some tough stuff. I love the dynamics of Sylvester Stallone and the character of he and his brother, he and Nemesis, the whole thing where they were both, brothers and how they became enemies. I thought was kind of a cool arc too as well. So that was really interesting. That was fun. Then I will say the whole story with, the whole background of having, how shall I say, the people rise up was okay for the story, but with that, it was good. Hey, I think we lost Mike, and Mike is frozen. Megan, you're still up and about. So, hey, there you go. Mike's back.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm here. I was just listening.
Oh, that was weird. It was like you were frozen there for a minute. And yeah.
No, I'm here. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So
no, I was letting you have your say, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Although there was part of it I couldn't hear because my stream's kind of messing up right now, so you sounded like you were underwater to me.
Oh, okay. Well, you had a red bar there for a little bit, so
okay. I'm back.
You're back. You're back. Okay, so there's my thing. Now, here's the question I have: should people see this on? If you're a superhero fan, should you watch this movie on Amazon Prime?
Definitely.
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
I don't think it is it available anywhere else.
No,
I think it's exclusive to Amazon Prime.
Right.
Yeah,
it's exclusive to Amazon Prime. Yeah.
This is one that it's fine on Amazon Prime. We didn't need to see this in the theater, honestly. I don't think seeing it in the theater would have really added to it a lot.
Okay.
You know how some movies you like you got to see it.
That was like what we said when we did Prey.
Right. Yeah.
That would be great in the theater.
I think Prey would have been awesome in the theater because of the cinematography of that film. It's just it had such beautiful cinematography to it. It needed a theater release, honestly. This movie, I mean, it's a great movie, but do you have to see it in the theater? No,
you don't have to see it in the theater.
No, I think seeing it on your screen at home is just fine. It's a good action flick with a very good story to it. That's the way I look at it.
Let me take a step back real quick. Brian said, I was thinking the same thing, Stephen. That was about it. I thought it was Jai Courtney was the villain, but he said, turns out that actor was in Game of Thrones. And I'm like, he was?
I didn't know that. I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Bring it up for Brian and the Three Geeky Dads team to be able to get the details for us.
Sometimes Brian's like his own Tito.
All right. Oh, gosh. I love those guys. All right. So,
if you have not listened to the Three Geeky Dads podcast, go listen to it after you finish listening to us.
That's right. He was Greyjoy. No way. Was he?
I have no idea who Greyjoy is.
That's a character in Game of Thrones and stuff.
All right. Yeah, that's why
I did not make the connection. I did not see it. That is so interesting.
I know nothing of Game of Thrones, so.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am watching the series, but anyway, that's for another subject. So anyway, let's get into spoilers. I can't wait. Spoilers.
So
spoilers. Here, where's my spoiler sign? I got to get my spoiler sign because this was such a great spoiler that we're getting ready to talk about.
Okay, now
here in this section, I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but I'm just saying I want to make sure everybody understands. Do not, if you have not seen Samaritan, do not watch the rest of the show. Come back,
go watch Samaritan. Come back,
go watch Samaritan, and then come back, please. I beg of you, because we are going to spoil some stuff that was some stuff that I don't. It will ruin the movie for you.
We'll even give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1. All right, now.
Okay. All right.
Spoiler talk.
All right.
Spoiler
now, talk happening now.
First of all, if you watch this film, make sure and pay attention to the opening sequence to this. You know, a lot of times, you know, in a movie, especially with the animated opening sequence, you can just kind of, whatever, don't pay attention to it. But actually, this gives the origin of both Samaritan and Nemesis in the opening sequence. So it is actually kind of sort of crucial to the film.
It is.
I actually had to kind of go back and revisit it later because I really didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And then I found out, that's where it gives the origin of them. So
it does, yeah. And then it gives you reasons for when you get the flashbacks. You're like, wait,
yes,
because the flashback seems so weird and out of place. So if you haven't seen the beginning portion, it kind of makes sense that way. Yes, you are absolutely right. That's a good insight.
So I'm just saying, don't just gloss over that. Actually, pay attention to that sequence because it is actually important to the film. So it will enhance the story by paying attention to that because I kind of lost that a little bit.
Right. Well, here's the deal, everybody. Brian brought up in the chat at the beginning there was the warning about spoilers because he said there was a
Angie said so, no bathroom break.
Yeah, no bathroom break. Right. So Brian, there was a great twist at the end, and I will have to say my favorite twist of any movie that surprised me that I did not see coming. My favorite movie for that was The Usual Suspects.
Oh. Usual Suspects has a great ending to it. I love the ending.
For me, it was always the best. Now, I enjoy stories. I enjoy figuring things out or, this is where this is going to head and stuff like that. And I had an inkling, but I just wasn't for sure. And I said, nah, that's too, kind of a thing. But the twist for this movie has become my favorite twist of any movie that I've seen, of those that have surprised me. And the how shall I say, the twist surprised me. This is my favorite.
Okay,
this has become my favorite.
Let's not get to the twist just yet because let's talk about the film a little bit.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you: Did you see the twist coming?
I started to suspect.
Okay,
but I was enjoying the film for what it was. Once we got to the 20-minute or the last 20 minutes, the action sequence,
right? Just
as we were getting there's when I started suspecting, and then I loved how they revealed it.
Okay,
I was not for sure.
I guess I was just into the film so much that I didn't see the twist coming, and when it came, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I loved it. I thought it was great."
Yes,
I watched another YouTuber, and he was like, "Oh, I saw the twist from the first moment of the film," and I was like, "Shut up! I'm turning you off."
Right,
because he's making this whole thing. It made it sound like, "Oh, you're an idiot if you don't see the twist coming," and all this. Well, I guess I'm an idiot because I didn't see it coming, I actually really enjoyed the twist. I thought it was great, and I want to get into that.
So Brian said Kaiser Soze. That's the wonderful twist at the end of Usual Suspects. Who is Kaiser Soze? Asking that question, but then
the greatest trick the devil ever played was making people believe that he didn't exist.
Yeah, that's
one of the greatest movie lines ever. I love that movie line.
That's gotten repeated in almost every single church across America since then.
But it's so true. It's anyway, we're not talking about The Usual Suspects, but
No. But it is one I didn't see the end coming, and
Sure.
Brian said he didn't see the end of this one coming. Brian, I would love to get your
oh,
insight.
thank you, Brian. That means you're as dumb as I am. At least according to that one YouTuber, anyway.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm not giving his name because one, I don't even remember who the heck it was, and two, I'm not promoting that crap.
Right. So okay. So what else do you want to talk about? Because that's all I want to talk about is the the thing. So you go ahead. You talk about what you want to talk about, and then we'll get to the big twist.
Okay. Well, I love the whole dynamic between Sylvester Stallone, Joe, his character. yeah. His character is Joe. Shoot, what was it?
Wasn't it
Joe Smith? Joe Smith. I mean,
Yeah,
how
it's Joe
generic
Smith.
name could you possibly get? You
Right.
know, which I guess is fine because he's trying to hide himself and everything. Because he doesn't want anyone to realize who he really is. So he just picks the most generic possible name, Joe Smith.
Right. Right.
Which I thought was great. And then I like the dynamic that the kid's name is Sam, which Sam is part of Samaritan. I thought that was a nice little.
Oh, I did not catch that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I like that.
So I like that. And he was such a big fan of the Samaritan. I mean, he's drawing it all over it. I mean, that was me when I was a kid, not drawing Samaritan, but I was drawing Flash and Batman and Star Wars and all my notebooks and stuff at school. And that's what
Right.
he's doing. He's drawing all of the Samaritan logo and all that stuff. And I really loved the dynamic of him and Joe. I thought they had a good relationship throughout the movie. It was kind of a father-son type of relationship. I enjoyed that very much. I like the kid. He's got this conspiracy theory mind. Everyone that he sees who he thinks might have a superhero power,
Right.
they do
right.
something just slightly unusual. Oh, he's really the Samaritan. He's Samaritan. Samaritan didn't, because Samaritan supposedly died. So, if you haven't seen it, Samaritan had supposedly died in a battle with Nemesis, and both of them have been gone for years and years and years. So there's all these conspiracy theories out there that the Samaritan is actually alive, kind of like Elvis is still alive. Elvis is actually just living upstairs in Graceland. So that's why they won't let you upstairs in Graceland, by the way. Because if you take a tour of Graceland, you're not allowed to go upstairs. Nobody but the family is allowed to go upstairs. And that's because he's up there. So it's my wife's like he is not.
No, he's not. That's funny.
So so the kid's got all kinds of conspiracy theories. He thought a janitor at his school was the Samaritan at one point, and then there was somebody else that they said that he thought was the Samaritan, and then he goes to talk to an author who wrote a book about the Samaritan, and this guy's like, he's like the ultra fan of Samaritan. He knows everything there is, or at least
he's got his whole wall with maps and pins. And
he's got the whole
connections
conspiracy
and
wall up. Yeah,
Right.
I love it. I love it. It's so great. But yeah, he thinks he knows everything about Samaritan. And then, like, when the kid starts telling Joe about him, Joe's like, he doesn't know everything. Because Joe knows the truth. Boy, does Joe know the truth.
I love it because he keeps saying, he's God, kid. Kind of
Right.
Who is it you think I am? Kind of thing.
Well, and then I love the fact that, so Joe is a trash man. He drives trash trucks for a living. That's what he does for his job.
Trash and,
And he will collect things out of the trash. He'll collect broken appliances and such, and he tries to fix
radios
them.
and
Radios,
stuff like that.
toasters,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. and he tries to fix him. And I love the line because the kid sees him digging in the dumpster when he goes to take his trash out, and I think he pulled out the toaster at that point. I think that's what he pulled out, and and the kid Sam asked him, he's like, "Why do you collect this junk?" And he goes, "Because I like to try to fix it. I like to give things a second chance." And the kid looks at it and says, "Oh, you like to give old things a second chance, kind of like you." But it was a metaphor for the end of the film, actually.
That's a good call. That's right.
It really was. And I liked that. It was a nice little tie-in, because when you go back, when you see the end of the film and then you go back and think about that line, it's like, oh, yeah, this is his second chance. So it was really cool. Right. I loved the story. I think the story in this is great. It's really, really good story.
It is a good story, yeah. And especially once you get to the end, then you realize a whole lot more.
Okay. All right. We can start going there now. We can start. Okay. Going. Actually, I have questions.
Okay.
I have questions of you in particular.
Okay. You mean, did I do a 15-second skip? No, I didn't.
Nope. That's not it. That's not it. Let's get into this.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Mike, I will allow you. Please tell us the cool twist at the end of the film.
Okay. So Sam has now been he's now, fully believed that Joe is actually the Samaritan, his hero.
Yes. And how he finds out, or that's a fun story too.
Oh, so, yeah. Well,
hit by the car.
Right. So Sam is being kind of picked on and sort of terrorized by the local gangsters, basically. He's a kid in the slums, and he's trying to do things to survive, and he and his buddy, he and his buddy go and rip copper wires out of an old building to try and get cash and stuff, so on and so forth. And when they go to turn it in at the junkyard, they run into these gang members, and the gang members are like, "Oh, you want to make some real money? Here, we'll put." I'm like, "Don't do this. This is the wrong people to get involved in." And sure enough, he's like, I'll do it. If it means I get cash, I'll do it. And so basically they're wanting them to go into a convenience store, distract the guy running the convenience store while they steal boxes of what they think is lottery tickets.
Right.
And then they get the boxes back to their little hideout area. Well, it's not little. It's actually big because it's a whole
little
car
warehouse.
Yeah. Well, it's a car stealing. It's a car theft ring where they're stealing cars and chopping them, stripping them, and all that stuff.
Chop shop.
Yeah, chop shop. Thank you. Anyway, so they get the boxes in there. They open up the boxes, and it's got chips in it. There's no lottery tickets in it, and they're pissed. They're pissed, and they blame him, which is funny because it's like, well, he did what you told him to. He distracted the guy exactly the way you told him to. It's not his fault that you were stupid and didn't get the right thing. That's your fault. But anyway, so this little gang is out to get him because they feel he ripped them off and everything. And the leader of the gang, the big guy who turns out to be the bad of the movie, he kind of likes the kid. He kind of likes Sam. And he ends up giving Sam money and stuff. He's like, "Here, this is for what you did for us, and this is for what you're going to do for us in the future." That's always a bad thing.
Right? Yeah, like, don't take the money. Don't do it.
But he did, and he used it to pay his mom's rent and so on and so forth.
Yep.
So anyway, this gang's out to get him. They see him, and they see the old man in the alley, okay? And they come after him. And the old man being Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone kicks the snot out of these guys.
Right.
It was awesome. Some of my favorite scenes in the movie is him just throwing them around. Yep. I loved it. And I'm going, yeah, all right, take them out, And so he does that, and then now they're ticked at him. So now they want to get him, and they happen to see him out in the alley again, and they run over him with the car.
Right.
This is how Sam discovers that he is not who he's been saying he is.
Right.
Because
are the superhero.
Right. Sam thinks he's dead, and then all of a sudden he starts to move, and not just move, but he's like, I mean, his arms were messed up, dude.
Right.
And he just starts popping things back in place, and then gets up. You know,
I loved it because the kid was like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "F no."
Yeah. It's like, dude, I just got run over by a car. I mean, what the hell? Yeah, it was a great scene. It really was. It was awesome. Then we find out that he has to, if something happens to him, it's like his body temperature rises or something. Mm-hmm. And then
it starts to overheat.
Yeah, it starts to overheat, and his heart could actually explode. So he has to cool down immediately. So he gets back to his apartment right away, and he jumps into the shower, and you see all the steam come off, which I thought was another metaphor, because it's like letting out steam.
That okay,
right? So
I thought how they tried to explain it with the kid, thermodynamics.
Oh my gosh, my head was going to explode. I don't need this much science talk from Sylvester Stallone, of all people.
Right, but I did enjoy the aspect they kept it short. They said, "Hey, do you understand?"
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And he's like, "Well, no."
And
then that was it.
Right,
but it gave you an indication that there is some kind of rationale for what's happening.
But that was actually talking to us. That was talking to the audience. Do you understand? And they knew the audience is going, "No, I don't understand this. Just go on."
And moving on.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, but and then he has his entire refrigerator or freezer filled with nothing but Edie's ice cream, because the ice cream helps him to cool down also. And I love it. He's eating the ice cream, and the kid goes, "Can I have some ice cream?" No.
Right. So for the ending, we're back in the chop shop.
Go ahead.
They've taken the kid. And then you get some great action sequences.
Oh, well, wait. Before we get to that. So, the head of the gang, he is a fan of Nemesis, which is Samaritan's
nemesis.
His nemesis. Okay, that's one of the issues I had. I'm like, Nemesis? Really? That's all you could come up with for the name of your nemesis? I mean, okay, I can accept Joe Smith is a very generic name for his alter ego. That's fine. But Nemesis is your nemesis? Come on. You could have done better than that. I don't mind Samaritan. I like Samaritan. I thought that was a good name. And that ties back to the Bible, which I like, and I thought it fit pretty well. But Nemesis? Come on. Anyway. So the big bad, he is a fan of Nemesis, and he breaks into the local police station. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. This all happens in Granite City, which I thought was hilarious because here in Illinois, we actually have Granite City.
Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, I thought that was good.
And every video I watched afterwards, they're going, the fictitious city of Granite City. I'm going, it's not fictitious, it's real. And it kind of is like that. I mean, it's a very industrial city, actually, and it's not one of the cleanest cities in Illinois, actually. So it was almost perfect. I was like, yeah, that looks like Granite City to me. Anyway, I hope we don't have any listeners in Granite City that are upset with me.
Well, we lost two. No,
yeah, exactly. Well, there's our two. Well, there goes 2 Kofi subscribers. Anyway. So, he breaks into the local PD, and he gets Nemesis' hammer. They actually have his hammer and his mask.
And as a mask.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Well, they have both masks. They
Yeah,
had both
you're right.
Samaritan-
They had Samaritan's mask, and they had Nemesis mask, and they had Nemesis hammer. Now the hammer's a little weird because they don't explain it really well. But the hammer basically is forged of all of Nemesis' hate for Samaritan, and it's the only weapon that can actually hurt both of them. It can hurt Samaritan, or it could hurt Nemesis, but Nemesis uses it as his weapon. That is his weapon. So he gets that, and then he gets these little EMP bombs, little EMP grenades. He gets like a case of them or something.
Right.
Actually, they stole that from like an defunct
Some
army
kinda-
base or something like that. I don't know.
defunct army base. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Anyway, so they have, and that's actually how they got into the PD, because they used the EMP to shut out the lights and blah blah blah. So
Be able to get in and then steal stuff. Yes.
right.
Yes.
So you have basically this bad guy. He basically is taking on the mantle of Nemesis, Samaritan's.
Yes. Since Nemesis has been gone for 20 some odd years or whatever, and takes it upon himself to finish Nemesis, mission to
his big plan to take out the main power plant or whatever.
Right.
Supposedly that was what Nemesis was going to do. He was going to take out the power plant and create chaos throughout Granite City, which harkens back to The Dark Knight, actually, to me. Felt very,
it does?
Yeah, it felt very much like The Dark Knight and Bane, and how Bane was trying to create a uprise against the authorities and stuff. Very, very similar, actually.
Yeah.
So
Brian brought up a good point about the hammer, Nemesis hammer. It's like Sauron's one ring to rule them all. Kind of a thing. Forged with all this hate and malice. That's good.
That's good.
A good connection
That's good.
too. Yeah.
It just wasn't really explained in the film. I think that was kind of sort of explained in the little intro.
Sometimes you got some of the stuff in the flashbacks to the big fight sequence between the two brothers.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think you were meant to. It's like, okay, here's what's happened in the past, but really what's happening with this character in his arc, here, 20 some odd years later kind of a thing.
And it was just one of those things you kind of shut your brain off and go, it just works.
Yeah. You just accept it and move on because it's not the focus. Yeah.
And again, that would be one of its kind of downfalls to me. Is it was just kind of weird. It wasn't explained well, and it was a weird part of it. But it was like, okay, well, I understand it because it gives him something to be able to fight Joe. Because without this, Joe would kick his ass. I mean, he really wasn't much.
Right.
He's just a normal guy. He's a little big. He's a little bit of a big guy, but yeah, he's nothing compared to superpowered Joe.
Right.
And that, right now, that's what I'm going to call him, superpowered Joe.
Superpowered Joe. All right. Well, look, we're already an hour in. We better get to this twist.
All right. Go ahead. I'll let you.
No. Go ahead. I said you could share it.
All right.
I said you could share it. You're doing great.
So he and the new Nemesis are battling. And during the battle, the Nemesis keeps calling him Samaritan and saying, he's the good guy. He's the good guy. And just as Joe starts to kick his butt, he goes, why do you call me the good guy? I'm not the good guy.
Right.
And it hits him. Wait a minute. You're Nemesis.
Yeah.
I mean, and he just beats the snot out of him, and it's glorious.
Everybody.
It really is glorious. Yeah, he's taken out everybody at this point, and it's like,
right.
Oh yeah, I like this.
We're finally getting to see the quote unquote, here's where the hero of the story, beats up everybody, and saves the day. But the hero always has certain rules that he tries to follow. This one was great and glorious because you were like, the bad guys are getting their comeuppance from the bad guy.
From their hero of nonetheless.
Their hero.
Right. their heroes kicking their asses. I loved it.
Right?
I absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. You know, it kind of reminded me of the trailer of Black Adam when I think it's Dr. Fate who's saying to Black Adam, you can either be the savior of this world or you could be its enemy or something. And he says, good guys don't kill people. Well, I do.
Right.
I just when he said I'm the bad guy, it just that line flashed through my head. You know, well, good guys don't kill
Right.
people. I do.
Right.
Oh, and he had some great. He had some good lines. Like he throws one guy and goes, "What does he say? Time to fly."
Time to fly. Right.
That was so awesome. And
I
then,
was like, yay, we're getting the 80s action one-liners.
I love
This
it.
is great.
And then the other line I really loved was when the guy that ran him over, he pulls out one of the EMP bombs and he throws it at him and goes, "Here, have a blast." It was, yeah, like you said, it was so 80s action, you know, one-liners. I loved it. I mean, it wasn't filled with one-liners. There was just a few of them, but they were well placed and they were good. They worked really well. You know, time to fly, have a blast.
Yeah.
It gives Death by Stereo vibes.
Yeah.
Gets what?
Lost Boys, Death by Stereo. When one of the Frog Brothers they shoot the arrow through one of the vampires and it goes through him and then into the stereo, and then all of a sudden I forget the song that stereo starts playing, but it because there's a particular song it was playing, and then he goes, "Death by Stereo."
That was Corey Feldman said that? Was that?
Yeah, it would have been Feldman. Yes, because Corey Haim was the not one of the Frog Brothers. He was Michael's brother.
Okay. Man, it's
Sam.
been so long since I've seen that.
His name was Sam too. That's what it was. Dang, that's funny.
Then we got Lord of the Rings. There was a Samwise Gamgee. So Sam,
Right.
Sam, you know.
We got a lot of Sams in this episode, don't
It's
we?
all over the place.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I love this twist. This twist was awesome. You know,
It was a great twist.
so that
Good
brings
times.
good times.
That's what an article says. Is the song.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So the question I wanted to ask you, Stephen,
Yeah, sure.
I go back to when Stephen said, "I like my good guys to be the good guys and my bad guys
Bad
to be
guys
the
to be
bad
bad."
guys." Well, your
Yep.
good guy was the bad guy in this.
Right. And
And as soon as that happened, I go, "What did Stephen think about this? I can't
loved
wait."
I loved it. I actually loved it because I saw it almost as a redemption story.
Oh yeah,
If
I
that
agree.
makes sense.
No, I
And,
totally agree. And I love a good redemption story.
I will tell you, you are correct. This changed my whole concept of good guys being good, bad guys being bad. But that context is really about trying to put bad guys who are normally bad or something, trying to make it ambiguous, you know, why they're good or bad. This one, you understood he was good. You understood when he was bad. You understood I think they did a great job of bringing up what changed him.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
why
yeah.
he was gone for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I love the twist. I absolutely love the twist. That's why it's my number one movie twist that I did not see coming.
Nice. I really enjoyed this twist. I thought it was
Mike, you
great-
froze up again. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're frozen.
Okay.
Oh, good. I can say anything I want right now.
All right, let me try going out.
On the show, yes.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes, you are not. You are not frozen.
Here, let me change my name real quick too.
I got you. I got you covered.
I got
We're
it.
good.
All right. Anyway, That was weird because to me, I wasn't frozen. I was still talking and everything. So that's going to be.
may have been fine. Maybe it's my computer. So
that's going to be
It
interesting.
froze up on my side too.
Well, that's going to be interesting on the audio side of this. But anyway, so yeah, when that
yes,
happened,
it will, by golly.
when that happened, I immediately thought of you. I was like,
yeah.
what is Steven thinking this? I want my good guys to be good guys. I want my bad guys to be bad guys. So you were the first thing I thought of when that
funny.
twist happened. And I really enjoyed the twist. I thought it was fun. I did not see it coming to the last, minute. And thinking back, I probably should have. There was plenty of, indications that he actually was the nemesis instead of Samaritan. But like you, I really like the redemption arc in it. I like the fact that they reveal that basically his brother could have taken him out, and his brother chose not to, and then his brother dies in the process, and he couldn't save his brother, and that's when the redemption happens. That's when and I liked it. I thought it was great. Again. Good family aspect to it, good hero aspect to it, and a great redemption arc for a bad guy. So, yeah, it has all the good factors.
Yeah, if you're a superhero fan, you love superhero stories and movies and stuff, this is a must-watch.
I agree. I totally agree. This is a great, great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Funny thing is, I checked out Rotten Tomatoes yesterday.
Yeah, and
Rotten Tomatoes on the critic side, it gets like a 30-something, and then on the audience side, it gets like a 70-something.
What?
Yeah, critics suck.
This is why we don't
Right?
trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I know.
They're stupid.
I just wanted to. I just was curious of what was said. I don't take anything seriously on Rotten Tomatoes, but I was just curious, and I'm like, wow. It's got a pretty good audience rating. Oh, look at that. The critics hated it.
Right. Interesting. I'm going to have to, I can't remember what I used to log in. I'm going to have to do my Rotten Tomato score for that movie and give it, hey, I like this movie.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I mean, it does help that I'm a Sylvester Stallone fan too. So,
yeah. Yeah. I think us old farts will be like, yeah, that's a great movie.
No, I think if you're a superhero fan in general, this is a good movie. And like I said, it's a breath of fresh air because you don't have any baggage going into this film. There's no, oh well, this character, he doesn't look right, his hair's not right, his costume's not quite right. You don't have any of that. Right. Now the big question is, do you think they will do a sequel, or do they just leave this as a standalone? I think it works fine as a standalone, actually.
I'm okay with it being a standalone.
I am too. I would watch a sequel if it came out.
I would watch a sequel, yeah.
Because I would be interested to find out, does he go on as Samaritan? Because at the end, Sam basically, makes it sound like, hey, Samaritan's alive and well. Samaritan saved me. Because, the press comes to him, and they start asking him questions. And he's like, oh, no, Samaritan saved me. He's alive. He is alive and well. And he even looks at Joe, and Joe's got his hoodie up and just kind of hiding within the crowd and just kind of winks at him like, yeah, And so is that Joe's second chance then?
Yeah.
Coming back to... He likes to fix old things and give old things a second chance. Did Sam just fix Joe and give Joe a second chance?
Yeah,
that's what I said. That's what I said when I said I felt that was a metaphor for the ending of the film. So that's the question: Does Joe go on as Samaritan at this point and take over his brother's mantle? So that would be the interesting aspect if they did do a sequel. I don't think they necessarily have to do a sequel because I think it works great as a standalone. I'm not disappointed if they don't do a sequel, but if they do, I'll watch it.
Right. Yep. Same here. If they did a sequel, I would watch it. They'd probably call it Nemesis.
Probably.
Or no. Samaritan 2, Nemesis Redemption. Or something. I don't know.
Or Samaritan 2, or how about just the Samaritan Returns, or I don't know. I don't know. We need to quit giving them titles.
A long time ago, in a city, Granite City, far away.
In a Granite City near you. Rebirth.
Return.
Brenda just said Rebirth. That's good. I like that.
Ooh, Rebirth. Ooh, Samaritan Rebirth.
Yeah. In a dark city named
in a Granite City far away. Brian, Samaritan 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh God, if he starts dancing, I quit. I don't think Sylvester Stallone can break dance. Of course, then again, that might be worth the price of admission there.
Right?
Let's watch Sylvester Stallone break dance. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Oh, we got to get Brian back on again.
That's absolutely right. We totally do.
All right, Brian, we got to figure out an episode for you. Anyway, okay, so that's our review of Samaritan. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend it.
Yep. Yes.
He said.
So Brian said, "Go ahead."
He said, "Ends with a Guardians of the Galaxy dance off."
Right.
We can bring in Peter Parker. We can bring in She-Hulk.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yep. This is going off the rails now. Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us for Samaritan episode. Great to have you guys with us today. Thank you so much for the comments and interactions. This has been a fun show.
Yes, it
Thank you. Mike, well done. You carried most of the show telling your stories and stuff. That was great.
Thank you.
Well done.
We should probably give a quick shout out to a few Ko-fi subscribers. We just had a new Ko-fi subscriber, Josh Wilson. He subscribed to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Josh.
At the $3 level, we really appreciate it. Derek of the Three Geeky Dads has been a Ko-fi subscriber for a while now. We appreciate his contribution. Actually, our own Megan and Angie and Brenda, all three, are Ko-fi subscribers too. So we appreciate you guys very much. Remember, if you join up for Ko-fi at the $3 level and we get 50 subscribers by October 22nd, I will dye my beard Halloween orange. The goatee. I want to stress it's the goatee part of my beard. I'm not going to do the full beard.
Right.
No, do the full beard.
No, I'm not doing the full beard.
But it's going to look
Megan,
weird.
Stop it.
It's gonna look
Stop
weird.
it. Stop it. Stop it now. Anyway. All right. So, Steven.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Let's end this thing. That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. As Mike said, thanks for our Ko-fi supporters. Thank you so much for your help. It does help us put on the show. You can check that out at ko-fi, so ko-fi.com/2geeks. You can check out our show there. Also, all things 2Geeks are the number 2geeksmike.com, 2geeksmike.com. That's where you'll find our hub for everything and our connections to our Ko-fi page, to our Facebook page, also to our merch page. We got some fun merch there as well. And also, if you want to get in contact with us, don't forget show@2geeksmike.com is the best way by email to get a hold of us, show@2geeksmike.com. The other thing about Ko-fi, though, is if you become a subscriber, you get access to our wonderful, cool, still learning how to use it, our
Discord.
Right, our Discord, our Discord site. So we're still learning it, but we're having a lot of fun. So we really are excited about kind of what's coming ahead. And so thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of the show. Mike, I'll leave it to you to finish us out.
All right. With that said, over and out, and have a blast. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the Force be with you.